Alright YouTube, what is going on? My name is Bigfoot, welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever here today on White Valley. In today's episode in front of me, you can see a drastic change. I have spent at least half an hour going ahead and trying to get an airport into place here. Very much I wanted one for Hetton, but the problem is geographically where Hetton is. It's in a bay, it's on water, and as you can see it's actually on a hill. Now, very much I was always under the idea I wanted an airport in Hetton, but there's lack of flat land or lack of large enough area with flat lands. There was 3 possibilities I could have put an airport in. Now this area here used to have a road which used to go from, used to be a junction about here, and there used to be a road which used to go from about there to there. Then there used to be another road which used to come all the way up. Do not actually attempt to build this road, game. Autosaves, man, come on, I'm doing the intro. I used to go up to here as well. However, I decided to get rid of those and build the airport in there. I potentially could have had it up here, though again, there's a real hill, so I would have had to cut a lot of it out. And as well, no part of the town actually extends over the other side of the railway here, so I think it would have been a bit redundant with regards to the growth, and I don't think it would have been worth it. But I managed to go ahead and do this, but this has meant some changes, especially for this railway line. Originally this railway line, it just curled around the sharp corner, then it came straight across right over here, which as you can see I've not terraformed, but you can see the sort of alignment it took before. However, now it's a little bit different because it's only just the one single train, I can have one single track. And what happens is when it comes out here, it goes and basically wraps back round in on itself and comes through here, which is quite good. Now the one thing we are missing here is a road, I've just noticed, which needs to connect those two up, and then we are going to need a road which comes across here. Now the problem is, while I was making this airport, it was a real bloody mess, I'll tell you that, and as we can see the terraforming, for allowing me to have planes coming in here, one, that was one of the reasons I had to remove the railway, just so the planes could actually get low enough without going ahead and hitting the individual railway track here. And then also you can see now this full section of road, not that it is the most elegant with regards to terraforming, it goes up and down very much, but it is now, as we can see, all above the ground, because a while this road was actually under the tracks, whereas now we've gone ahead and flipped things on their heads. With regards to runtime, the game hasn't run for too long, maybe about half a year, but there is a little bit more build up and demand for the airport, which is good. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get this airport into operation today, which we're going to do with a tram, because this town again has expanded. The town of Hetton, not really too much towards the left, but more to the right. So the red tram covers that side of town really well, but this orange tram's a bit outdated, so I feel we need to go ahead and sort things out here, and that's what we're going to do. Have a tram come over this side and up to the airport. I did think about maybe having a train station, but I don't feel there is much need with the town of Hetton at all. Okay, so how are we doing here? These Munich or Munich trams, which I've got in the game, are not fit for purpose. They're not really doing well at all, are they? I do need to go ahead and maybe add in a few more then. I mean, going one certain direction they're full, which is quite crazy. What I think we might do for this tram here is, instead of this tram going into, I don't actually know, I mean it's going to come from the airport and I'd like it to serve at least this part of town up here, but maybe not go via the busy central junction, or maybe bypass it and come into here and come into where the buses are. That would maybe be better. If we go to all, yeah, it's quite possible. I just don't want to make this central area too congested, if you understand what I'm saying. I also want to make 1 or 2 road changes as well, which should be quite important. So first of all, the road change we're going to make is bus lanes. Yes, we're going to make this bus change here. So this means there's a bus lane, just allowing for buses to go ahead and pull in much easier. And then we'll also have bus lanes for that section and bus lanes for this section, which is fine and dandy. So that sets buses on their way, which is good. Also, trucks are following them as well. That's not a problem in the slightest either. Now we can go ahead and get started with this change. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to controversially delete some of these streets actually. I remember building this junction way back in the day, 3 roads coming together, meeting at this point. There was a bus stop out here way back in the day. What I'm going to do now I've made this change is we're going to go back and do some terraforming. Now, one of the reasons, not this episode, but the previous episode before that, I brought in mods to the game, and one of them was removing, I brought in a lot of mods, but I also took away some mods, and one of them was free terraforming tools, so we no longer have free terraforming. So this project cost me a good 20 million to build, just so much terraforming, and then to build the airport as well. It took forever, might I add, but I mean, it should be worth it. I think we should get a lot of use out of this airport here at Hetton, just because Hetton's grown very well. It's got some decent transport links, but it's just got such a large population, you know, it's absolutely crazy, so I really think we can do well here. Okay, let me go ahead and we're going to build a large road coming up the hill here, though that's going to be too much slope, which I kind of gathered that was going to happen. So what we'll do is we'll go for something like... Wow, this is going to be a long one, isn't it? Are you actually going up the hill, or are we just sort of badly traversing the hill? I feel we're so low down here. We're not that bad though, that's the thing. I really feel we're not too bad. Right, what I could do actually is have the road come out from here instead. Construction's not possible. I think we can allow for that to happen anyway. This is where we just need a little bit more natural terraforming here. We can go ahead and increase most of this, and right along here too, just make this a bit more of a casual hill, especially in and around there. So that already looks much better, much more natural. So actually I think we'll just leave it like that, to be honest, and we'll have our terminus up here. Now the good thing is with this, because we've done a lot of terraforming, we could probably see the town expand up to this railway track here, and then maybe a tiny bit further along here, but outside of that, I think this town is done for growing, which I'm kind of happy about, to be honest, because it is getting a bit too big for my liking. I could actually build an underground train line, and I'm really tempted to do that and just see if that would have much effect. Have an underground system. I'd love to build an underground system, and I know how I would do it, and I think it could be really, really successful. You know, play with that thought, we might do that. We might do that, though I'm going to build this tram first and then we'll really see how things go from there. Okay, so let's go ahead and build a small but very, very small tram depot, just because it's only going to have the one route coming up here. What is nice and small and good? So we could put one of these in at the top here. This would be quite nice, and that actually does fit in there not too bad. So let's go for electric. And let's go for that there, so that fits in there nicely. And as we can see, we could actually get 2 trams up here, which we might do, though we'll have to see how things go. Right, so what I want is I want this tram to come into the centre here and just take a slightly different route to all other routes we've got active right now. So let me go ahead and jump into roads, let me jump into large streets, let's go for electric, and yes, and take the upgrade tool. So we're going to come out of here. Then we're going to go ahead and come along, and we're going to come and, instead of going up into this large turning circle, we're not. Then we're going to come along this large streets here, and we're going to intersect the orange tram, which is fine. We'll actually both stop at that stop there, which is good. Then we're going to go ahead and allow for the tram to come up through this part of town here, along the top, come back down, though we're going to have to alter that part, and then this should be set to go, which is nice. Gonna have to redraw that section there, probably that section there as well. So sort that out there, which is nice. You're good up to here, you're electric, which is nice. This runs all the way around here. There is a tiny little bit of a problem here, which can be sorted. Then we join up here, then we continue along here, and that, ladies and gentlemen, should resolve all of my issues, which is good. Okay, so we can go ahead and get this tram underway. I'm actually thinking about building an underground, you know that, it's really in my head now. Let's have a nice central stop there, have another one here actually. We'll stop there naturally, then we'll go ahead and stop on this street here, on this street here, up here. We're very much into some industrial buildings here, I can tell by the buildings. Have another stop over there, then have one more stop before we go up the hill, and then we'll go up the hill like so. So this is the third tram route in this town. Arguably Hampstead does have 4 tram routes, but this town, just based on the other public transport it's got 2 railway stations, it does okay for what it is, which is fine. Probably could do with another tram route to be honest, but it is served by buses as well. So I think it is well connected. I would classify this town as well connected. Based on the population, maybe not, but I mean the population is growing at such a rate, it's difficult to keep up with anyway. Right, so you are the TR Hetton 3. Welcome to the roster. TR Hetton, okay, I've actually named you like properly, so TR Hetton 3, which is fine, so we've got 1, 3 and 2, which that's the problem when you actually name the numbers and don't number the numbers, but hey ho, everyone to their own. Okay, so that's quite good. So now we can go ahead and get some trams. We're going to start off with quite good trams, I think. We're just going to start off with some good old Cobras, maybe? Yeah, let's start with Cobras and let's go for the nice pink that they are. So, wasn't that pink though? Maybe the really light pink? Nah, more of a salmon red actually. More that colour, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 will do us to start with right now, I think. So let's go ahead and put you guys onto the TR Hetton 3. And off you guys go. Right, so that's this airport now connected up and ready to go, which is good. But now we actually need to go ahead and connect it up to another airport. So we can let the game run. Now what I do want to do is I'm not going to do flights up to the Hampstead-Coburn routes. I would like to do flights over there. They would be incredibly short, but would that defeat the point of the railway? Quite possibly, so we'll maybe actually scrap that for now. We've got this airport in play, that's the big thing, and I still think the tram would get used regardless if the airport was in play anyway. What I would like to do is maybe add in another airport over this part of the world though. How big is Doncaster these days? You need a tram, that is something you do need. How big is Prince Dobster? You guys could maybe benefit from an airport, maybe a Telscom could. Definitely. Burnham could, Chorley could. So many places could, to be honest. Spalding probably could, though it might be really difficult to build there. I do not know what I want to go for actually. You know what, we are going to controversially, and I don't know how well this will do, but we will go ahead and build a route from here over to here. I'm going to make it literally a 2-plane one, so you're just a very basic plane. Let me go ahead and delete line 1 here before it starts to bug me. So line 2, you're going to be MC to Hetton is what you are. I realise my naming principles are a bit out the way here with airplanes, but I've not got a lot of air routes, so that's not too much of an issue. What we're going to do is we're going to take 2 Boeings and put them onto this route. So we'll put one on at this end via Lufthansa, go ahead and stick you on there, and then we'll do one at this end as well. Just so we go ahead and give a nice even gap for the 2 planes. So you're going to be to Hetton. So let's see if that goes ahead and changes anything going forwards. So that is that sorted. Now, I do want to build another airport quite quickly though, I feel. Where are we going to go for though? I would like someone else to connect up to Hetton. The problem is Hetton is really central. What I could do is have one maybe at Prince Dobster / Doncaster. Have it up here. But that could work, but I'd make this one slightly smaller. I'd only go for the medium airport, I think. Something like this. And then I'd stick that in there, for example. Only if it allowed for me, which it doesn't look like it will. Just based on the terraforming. Is there anywhere where this airport could pretty much fit in straight away? For that matter. Because I could really do with just getting that underway. You're not too bad. We could fit you in, I feel, here quite easily, quite quickly. So I don't know if Doncaster has the population to support this, but we'll build it anyway and we might as well trial it. Right, that's really good, come on. Allow me to build that. Right, we can make this really close to the city here. Now, if we go ahead and pause this, let's go ahead and delete that, let's cut that back. It's all this terraforming that you need to do. It's crazy. So let's go ahead and... I'm not going to let you watch me do some terraforming, am I? That would be a bit cruel, and I think I'd get a lot of... not dislikes, my videos rarely get dislikes. While you're at it, leave a like though, it would support the channel. The one thing is this series, since I've come back, I've not been getting as much like ratings as I once did. I don't really know how important likes are these days though, because YouTube suggestion system's all a bit broken anyway, so... But anyway, if you could like the video and actually just tell a friend about this, please just go ahead and... You've got a friend maybe who likes transport games that maybe he's not come across my channel or not come across this game, just go ahead and tell them, please. It would just help me out so much with the current growth that I am aiming for. Right, okay, so that is that there, that's that built, and now we have much more. We need a tram, really, I think, in this town, which is good. Now, this could also connect up to the town of Hetton, and it connects up to the other airports up in between Hampstead and Bangor. So let me go ahead and go for no and no, and then no and no. So that's not going to work. Why is the construction not possible? I have no idea. Why? Just why? I often ask myself what is wrong with this game. Is it that's the node? That's not the node? I just don't understand why you can't do some stuff, especially doing level crossings. That's the one thing that bugs me. Right, this town needs a tram. So a lot of that road building we're actually going to go ahead and upgrade to large streets. Let's go, and of course that would happen. Right, we're going to have a station here actually, we're not going to have a turning circle. You can stop and serve the train station there. But then you're going to come along here, going to scoot along here. Then I want to head into the uptown just a little bit. We're going really up a hill here though, which is quite nerve-wracking. We'll come down here, around there, and then we'll come and... what, pretty much go around this here too? Yeah, that'll do. Right, so what I need to do is address this issue up on the mountain. So we can build that. It's just this wee bit here that doesn't really seem to game. So let's allow for that. And there we go. Right, okay, so I think we're sorted, which is good. So let me go ahead and get some bus stops, and let's get this underway. So it's actually going to be quite a long route. We'll have a bus stop there, a bus stop for the station, another bus stop here, another one here. I don't know how profitable this is going to be, but I think we will get a lot of riders on it anyway. Coming up the hill, stopping in up at the factories here, then right in the centre. Then we can have a stop here, a stop here, another one by the station at this end, and then one down there, which is perfecto. Then what we'll do is we'll go ahead, jump into electric, build you there, rotate you like that, and there we go, perfecto. Now we can go ahead and build the tram. Now this is going to have a lot of stops, I'll tell you that much. It's going to have a lot, so we're probably looking at about 30 stops all in all, so the duration of this tram is very long. I could potentially go ahead and make 2 different routes, but I'm quite happy with the one for the time being. So I think it's only going to be about 23 stops, or 24, one of the 2 figures, which is still a very, very long route, mind you. As we can see here, 23, good counting. So TR, and then this is going to be Doncaster. Welcome to the unit. Now, because I do feel there will be quite a lot of rideage, if that's even a word. Usage, I think, is a better word. Rideage, lol. But I think that it would be better to go ahead and run something like Mirages for the time being, just because it's such a long route. So let's go ahead and deploy maybe like 10 of these or something, like a crazy amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, just because it's such a long route as well, you know? Let's go ahead, TR, and yeah, Doncaster, there we go, rock and roll, which is perfecto. Right, so you guys are good to go, which means that the town of Doncaster will be better connected. I'm quite happy about. So now we can go ahead and get this airport up and going as well, which is good. This airport, I think, could get some good use. I'm hoping for it anyway. So let's go from Doncaster Exchange. You're going to fly all the way over into the town of Hetton. So you are Doncaster to Hetton, which is fine like that. And then I'd also like to set up another route which goes from here. We're actually doing all the disgusting colours in the sky right now, which is good. What I mean by that is it's going to be a long flight from Doncaster over to here. Disgusting colours, every single line is given a colour. Now basically you use certain colours, so say if I was to use 10 reds, then until I use all the other colours 10 times, it's not going to automatically give me red. Now I've not used a lot of these colours just because they're not very good on the grounds. For example, on roads, on grey roads, it's not good to have grey lines, or dark yellow's not a good colour either. Light blue can be a bit difficult at times, and then we've also got the MC Hetton. I don't even know what colour that is, an extremely light brown, but it's not a good one either. Then this basically allows me to go ahead and just use up these colours, which is good. So it means they're not put onto road routes or automatically assigned road routes. So it saves me a little bit of time, means I don't have to change the colour. Minor thing, but it is something which every so often just does bug me. Okay, so these routes I don't think are going to be very popular anyway. Lufthansa have won these contracts as well, mind you. So we're going to start off one of these here. You're going to go from HB to Doncaster. So we're going to start you off at this end, which is fine. Let me slow things down. Then at this end we're also going to do a flight to Doncaster, which is fine, yup. Now these two routes are only going to have 2 planes, just because I do think there will be some people willing to fly it, but I don't think it's going to be that big an uptake. Now we're going to buy, and we're going to send you on the route to Hetton, sure, and then we'll buy one more and you'll go on the route to Hampstead and Bangor. Alright, okay, well that's good. As we can see, the tram's already in use, which is nice to see. I was expecting that, to be honest. I don't know how busy they will get, but at least they're in use already, and that's this airport up and going as well, which is another win-win. Alright, where do we go to next? I want to try and think about this underground actually. So our new tram is in operation, which is good. We can see a lot of people want to go into town, a lot of people want to go into town. So I want to see if we can execute my underground plan. That's really something I'd love to do. So let me go ahead and we're going to go for this station. We're going to go for length extremely short, like 80 here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and see if we can execute this. Now the problem is that the town's on a hill, so I need to see, I don't know how effective this will be. But let's go ahead and if we can build that station there, then you can maybe see how I'm going to build this. So underground, it's going to be nice and deep, which is good. So as you can see, you can build a tunnel there quite easily, which is good. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a station probably on this road here actually. I think this would be quite a good idea. So let me entertain you. Let me just delete this a tiny wee bit here maybe, or do I have to delete this whole street? Maybe it's not going to play ball. Let me go ahead and use a wee cheat. Let's delete that bit there and delete that bit there, so that works in my favour. So now we can go ahead and get another train station. 2 down. Now this is where things are going to be fun. I should have maybe gone for depth 20. I want them as deep as possible. Doesn't matter though. Right, let's go ahead and mirrored. We need tram electric. And then we can get that into this route though. I need to upgrade the roads. Oh, this is confusing. I don't think I can do that. Entry type, micro 1. So apology. It's fine the way it is. I don't think I can actually get a double road here, which is fine. It's fine nonetheless. It just means things are going to get a bit narrow there. There's not a lot of traffic on the streets of Hetton, to be fair, so I think that should be okay. So we'll allow for that. So that's one stop there. Then I'd like another stop right over here in the heart as well. How easy are those two going to be to connect up? That's the first question. Let me go ahead and see. Now this is really an experiment, to be honest, so this might not be successful. If it's not, that's fine. Alright, let's go ahead and check you out. So you are fine down there, which is good. This is going to be interesting to see if we can build this with all these buildings. That's the one thing which does concern me. So let's have you run into there like so. You're the same platform, the lower level platforms. So there we go, so that's one stop to the other. This can be very much seen as like a crossrail project, because that's what it is. We'll have another stop here, then another stop as we come out of town over here like this. Looks like a good road to put a station on. Just because it's between two really busy tram stop and a bus stop. So let me allow for this. Let's go for this. Gonna change things up actually. We're gonna do depth 20, though I'm only gonna go for one underground lot of platforms. I think that would be a little bit easier. So let's build you in there like that, which is nice, and then let's just have a normal standard road, no and no. Build you, this is gonna be fun, isn't it? That node to this node here, yep. And then this node to that node there, which is also good. Right, perfect, okay. Now the next thing is I would like another stop, realistically I would like probably one round about here, though this is an extremely busy road, so I don't know if that's going to be too realistic or not. What we could do though is maybe do a stop like here. That is doable, and then they're all in line, aren't they? Yeah, okay. Right, so we're going to delete some of this here, unfortunately. We're going to delete some people's homes. Then what I want to do is I want to do a stop in there like that. Then I want to go ahead and grab the road. I want to build you into... That's not going to work, is it? Is it? No. Builds? No. No. Build you to there, like so. Allow for that to go into there. No, it's not gonna quite, is it? Don't know why, mind you. It's a little bit awkward, this, isn't it? I wish I could actually just turn off the underground lines for now. It's the problem that I seem to have right now. Right, build you. I can't build out of here for some reason. I can build that. Right, that gives me something to work with. No, narrow angle, too much curvature. Nah, right, we can build you to there at least. Now, I can't have anything else come off there. Wish I could bet. I wish this game had paths. That's the next thing that this game needs, not train needs. What I want is I want this to come off here. Won't allow for it though, will it? It will allow for that though, so that could work. So that means that people who want to walk around can. There's a bit of tram there, which I realise shouldn't be there. Though that is still the station, so that's fine. Right, so that's that station in. So I think that this Crossrail project is actually complete. With regards to the building of the stations anyway, I've not actually gone ahead and completed it all though. So we need to go ahead and go into the lower levels. You are going into the lower levels, yeah? Yeah, you are, which is good. Right, this is working out nicely. Hello, this could be an issue. Just sometimes they're a little bit difficult to snap onto. There we go, right, so that works like that. And then our underground system could be about in action. Right, where are we going here? So we're going to there. Now, I don't think we could do with another stop here, but this Crossrail underground system, I think could work really well. So that's the layout. Very much a straight line, but it takes you from one side of the city to the other. It is Crossrail-esque, which is good, and I like it. Okay, so how successful is it going to be? That's a different question, which I don't want to answer right now, but we also need to go ahead and somehow get a surface track, just so I can get an engine house, because you can't have engine houses underground right now. Which is interesting. How long are you going to take to surface? You can come out here, that's fine by me. Now what we're going to have to do is we're going to have you junction in there like so. What I do want to do is I do want to have this as a double platform. That is something which I am aiming for. I want to be able to run 2 or 3 underground trains here. I think I know which kind I'm going to go for. We're obviously bound by the length of the platform, which is what, 80 meters? 80 meters. It's not too bad, honestly, actually. We can get a lot out of that, which is good. But I want to go ahead and see what we can get out of it. So let's jump into here. And let's go ahead and build that there. Right, so that is that sorted. So now we need to go ahead and work out what train we're going to go for. That's easier said than done because it doesn't actually tell you how long trains are. As I said, I have some ideas though, what we're going to go for. So I think it's actually a diesel train I've got in my head. Yeah, these ones here. So I mean, the B20 car, or 20 capacity, sorry, but one of these is not going to be longer than 80. I could even put two of these together, for example. Or no, you can't, can you? Nah. Right, okay, what about taking two of those and putting them together, or even something like this? These guys cannot be long and carry 36 people. We could try these. Let's try 4 of these. Or no, I've got a best idea. Let's go for metro trains. Why don't we go for metro trains? The obvious one. We have these here. Now, the problem is, I think these are going to be too... They're Soviet metro wagons is what they are, but the downfall is I think they're going to be too long. I think we're going to be limited by length, which is unfortunate. So we are going to have another look. Obviously not going to go for anything that far down the list. What I need to do is, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and stop. I'm going to have to add in a lot of signals. That's my next issue, and that's going to take me time, so I'm very quickly going to sort that out. Okay, so that's me gone ahead and added lots of signals in. This is going to go for a U, because this is a first ever underground which we're building. Don't know if we're going to deploy these across other cities or not, but it would be interesting to do anyway. That's all the signals. It's really weird seeing signals under Hetton now, but I have to have them in quite close frequency just because the amount of trains we're about to deploy onto here. I've been thinking it's going to have to be, I think we're going to go for these guys here to start off with and see how they do. So let's go ahead and put 3 of you guys underground. You're going to be the U Hetton, and we're actually going to jump on board with the first one which comes out here. So let me go ahead and put this game onto ×2 speed. I've not done this view in ages. Let's go ahead and jump into the tunnel and see how things go. So we're off to a good start. I think these will actually be able to get a really good amount of speed going through here, which I'm excited about. I mean, the track's obviously the best tracks. This is us coming into the first station here. Already someone's coming down. As you can see here, I mean, the trains aren't going to be going on that latter section. What they'll use is they'll use this junction and use this platform. As you can see, a signal on the left. But again, a lot of frequent signals, so you can't actually see the colour of the light, but that doesn't really matter too much. Then we come into here, someone's already waiting, and we can see the colour of that light, which is nice. Then from here, again picking up a decent amount of speeds. You can already see the next station. The stations are very close together, but it just means you can get from one point of the city to the other really quickly. Faster than any other transport. I mean, that's essentially the point of the underground, isn't it? And then we're going to come along to our final station near the airport, which should be good to see. And then I don't know if we can maybe integrate this with tram number 3 in Hetton. Be interesting to see. Again, everyone's going to use this side of the station. And this is the end of the station as we look into the abyss there. Okay, so one person's on that. That's going to be a long-term thing. We'll have to wait and see how successful it is. What we're going to do is we're going to stop that one and just give them all a little bit of breathing room. We can see this other one on the move over here as well. So I'm excited for it. I really actually am. I don't know how well it will do. But we'll just have to go ahead and wait and see. Right, ladies and gentlemen, this episode is slowly coming to a wrap. So that means I'm going to go ahead and finish it. But we have got a plane coming in with no one coming in from MC, which is unfortunate. I mean, it's very much a very short hopper, so I can maybe see why. How are we doing on all our routes in the sky? None of them are in the profit. Not good in the slightest, is it? This route's not doing too bad, actually. I mean, it's got the people, so I don't know why it's not. So that's the one I expect to be in the profits, which is unfortunate. With regards to Doncaster, I don't know if Doncaster's doing that great, to be honest. No one is flying to Doncaster. Shame that, but that's maybe Doncaster. Then the other route, MC to Hetton, I think it's too short a route. Honestly, I don't know if it's going to be very viable. We could go ahead and see and downgrade the planes maybe on this route. We could go for something like... what about the Yak? The Yak's supposed to be quite easy, isn't it? It's really cheap. Let's downgrade to the Yak for this route and see if that makes much of a difference. Doncaster to Hetton, I feel you guys need the big planes just because you're going such a long distance. So I think we'll leave yous on there for the time being. How are we doing with just one or two other quick projects? We are... the trams in here don't seem to be doing too bad. Have you got anyone on you? You've got 9 people on you. Right, okay, that's good. Very good to see indeed. 2 people coming along to the end here. What about a tram right in the middle of town, for example? 5 people and then 3 people, so not bad. It's getting some use, probably in the negative, but it will only get better. Then what else did we do this episode? We did that, we did that, we did the undergrounds. We've not done too much more, to be honest, this episode. So ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do is just check on here. As we can see, a lot of juice going down to Newton Abbot, which is good. How's Newton Abbot doing? We built this in the last episode, but I didn't check on it. 22%, better than nothing, I'll tell you that. It's better than nothing. And I'm glad to see there is some movement now at least, which is good. I think the boats, maybe those aren't profitable yet, but hopefully there will be a little bit more production coming out of here. I need to add in more trucks. Next episode we're going to focus on not planes. It's not going to take up the main part of the episode, which I'm excited for. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, hope you have enjoyed this episode. Please leave a like, rate and subscribe if you are new around here. Go down into that comment section below, give me some feedback. Follow me on Twitter and Patreon. Links are in the description below. And that's all for this video, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you very much for watching. My name is Bigfoot, and I'm out.